Hi, and welcome to Female Entrepreneurs Magazine, your go to platform for ambitious women who are ready to take the business world by storm. I'm your host, Angel France, and each week we'll dive into the latest strategies, stories, and success secrets from the most inspiring female entrepreneurs around the world. Whether you're just starting out or scaling up, this is your space to connect, learn, and grow alongside a community of trailblazing women who, just like you, they are making their mark in the world of business. From personal branding to powerhouse marketing, from leadership to lifestyle tips, we've got you covered. So get ready to ignite your passion, fuel your purpose, and unlock your potential with Female Entrepreneurs Magazine. Let's make this journey together and turn your entrepreneurial dreams into reality. And welcome to the Real Female Entrepreneurs, and that is wrong. Oh, yeah, it is right. So let's go back because we had to rebrand for the show.
I love it. I love it how you got it so automatic ingrained in your memory that it just blurts out. You blurt out the old version.
It was the real version, though. I did it right because, because I started off with just this, that was it. All right. Hi, and welcome to the Real Female Entrepreneurs. Get ready to meet today's guest, the ultimate powerhouse in sales and business coaching. She has fierce strategies on unstoppable energy that empowers women to design magnetic identities. Crafting offers her crafting. We're starting over just because I messed up once. God, today's a rough day. We're like 8:00 in the morning here, by the way, just so you know. Okay. And I have to teach a training at 9. Go figure that one. All right.
Take your time. Take your time.
It's okay. We're going to have fun. All right. Welcome to the Real Females Entrepreneurs. Get ready to meet today's guest, the ultimate powerhouse in sales and business coaching. You know what? She has fierce strategies for you. She's unstoppable with her energy. And you know what? She loves empowering you, the women in business, to design magnetic identities. She crafts offers so incredible, they practically sell themselves. And she builds iconic brands that everyone loves to buy from. I think we all need her. She doesn't just build businesses, she makes them soar. From bold brand transformation to actionable growth strategies, she's here to share her secrets for lasting success. Buckle up for an inspiring, game-changing conversation with Joella Priam, turning your entrepreneurial dreams into reality. Welcome, Joella. Oh my God. I am so excited to have you here. You're too precious, and I cannot wait to dive into this.
Hi, Angel.
So, first off, what inspired you to become the amazing entrepreneur you are? It just didn't happen whimsically, I'm sure. So tell me what happened.
So, Angel, you know how in everybody's lives, there's that moment where you just know there is no turning back. There's that point in time where you think, okay, something has to change. For me, that happened when I got burnt out from my former job, laid off from the former job that also, basically tore my confidence down to shreds. And I just thought, okay, that was my realization moment. I would come home with such a pit in my stomach and thinking, oh, I have to go to work. Long story short, when I got laid off, I thought, this is it. I cannot go and apply for another 9 to 5. I cannot work for somebody else for the rest of my life. I just cannot do it. So I am becoming my own boss. Like that was the light bulb moment. This is it. This is me. This is me. I'm coming in. I'm gonna work for me. It's completely delusional. I have no idea what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna make it work. That was my turning point, my pivotal moment.
So what was the point that made you realize you wanted to be a sales and business coach? Whether things that you tried beforehand and maybe did okay at or didn't do that great at. So tell us that journey too.
Yeah, I mean, when you think, okay, I'm going to start off with a project, there's the written version on paper of the project, and then there's the actual execution of the project. So in my entrepreneurial journey, I went through a few phases myself. I mean, I started off with affiliate marketing. No, I started off with online surveys, and wasn't very profitable. I mean, I think with 16 surveys, I made $1.62, something like that. So not the most profitable outcome. And then I moved on to affiliate marketing, where I didn't really catch the feels for it. I worked on it. I stayed in the affiliate marketing field for about 7 months or so. Didn't really pan out. And so I thought, okay, I'm not feeling this. There's something that's blocking me. So I need to change. That's my indicator. If my feelometer works, if my feelometer is working, then it's for me. If it isn't, then it's not for me. And so that led me on to discovering faceless marketing, which actually was super interesting because I loved the concept of selling faceless. And more importantly, I was very passionate about the digital marketing courses that I was reselling, but I was more passionate about actually coaching the women one-on-one whom I was selling the courses to. And that was like, again, my little light bulb moment. Yeah, but if you're more passionate about coaching them, you should actually create your own coaching business. And that's how I opened my own coaching business. That's how I got my first women onto my first coaching business.
Now I see how you're able to help people identify their real fierceness of what they desire to do. Because isn't that what you really do, is like dig deep down and go, girl.
Correct. I think whether you listen to whether I think it's just a question of really being truly honest with yourself and asking yourself, am I happy with what I'm doing? And I love the concept of affiliate marketing, but it didn't click with me. Faceless marketing, I loved it, but there was still something missing. And then I found that missing piece when I started coaching the ladies I'm coaching.
Wow. And I know you love that.
Yeah. And everyone has that fierce piece, that fierce something inside them that they know they are just meant for. Everyone has it in them. And sometimes you just need a little guidance to shed the light on what is it that you're fierce at.
And do you help women in all countries? I know you're in Belgium right now, but do you help women in all countries, or do you focus in one area?
No, so my clients are abroad. They're abroad, they're everywhere. So I have clients in the UK, I have clients in the US, I have clients in Europe as well. That's the beauty of being online, right? That's the beauty of running a social media online business, kind of like you guys, where it started off as a very local business, but in fact, it snowballed into something worldwide.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. And I love when that happens to women in business, for the simple reason it gives them that edge to know, hey, okay, I don't have to just be known in my backyard.
Exactly.
That's great. Okay, so starting a business, how long have you been in business?
So my entrepreneurial journey started in June last year ish. In coaching, I properly started coaching this summer, like more or less this summer.
I love that, because my next question leads straight up to that. If someone is interested in starting a business, what advice would you give them? Because, that's a little nervous, with somebody brand new.
Yeah.
What would you tell them to do?
I think my very first, not requirement so much, but my very first piece of advice is understanding to what extent has society led you to fit yourself into a box. At what to what extent do you, fit yourself in a very digestible, compact little box? Because the way society teaches us, especially as women, to behave is not how you should behave when you run a successful business. Society teaches you, especially as a woman, smile, be accommodating, don't voice your opinions, don't ruffle any feathers, play it small, play along. And when you're running a business, you simply cannot do that. You simply cannot bring that kind of energy and that kind of mindset and limiting beliefs into your business. It's just not possible. So that is the very first step, understanding to what extent you've been really conditioned to staying small, and then learning that it is okay to break free from that. It is completely okay to be obsessed with yourself. I mean, it sounds very, very vain, but at the end of the day, if you're not obsessed with who you are in your business, who's going to be obsessed with you?
That's true.
So that would be my advice. Really learn how to deconstruct, realize to what extent you've been conditioned to fit in a box, unlearn all those, limiting beliefs, all that mindset, so that you can then really properly spread your wings and embrace, look, this is my talent. This is what I'm good at. I'm going full throttle. I'm going fierce because I am fierce. And from there, you're able to take action, even if it's messy action, doesn't matter. Then you're able to really set things in motion.
Let's talk about the biggest struggle I find female entrepreneurs have. It's actually getting themselves out there and promoting themselves.
Yes.
And what you just said, with them becoming fierce and understanding that is their thing they have to do. If they can't do it themselves, get somebody else to do it for you.
Correct. Especially, and I'm just going to react to this, because I find that we aren't taught to shine a light on how good we are at something. We aren't taught to, and I don't like this word boast because it has such a negative connotation, but we aren't taught to boast. Whereas a man in his 40s or his 50s has tons of unearned confidence, and nobody is surprised or offended when he, boasts all of his achievements. So why is it that we as women shouldn't boast when we're so good at something, when we're so good at what it is we're good at in our industry? Why is it that we shouldn't? And if we don't know how to be fierce, that's fine. Then you get the mentorship, you get the support that you need in order to get to the end goal.
Yep. And that is so true. And that's where you come in, because you teach women how to do that. So
Correct.
The next thing is the struggle. So
Yeah.
Someone who's been in business for a little bit, we all struggle at something.
Yeah.
What advice would you give for them who are struggling, maybe?
So, I mean, here's a very, very, this is almost like this is almost like my onboarding course with my clients. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to hand you the mic. So you do all the talking. What are the struggles? So this is a bit of a generic question to answer because it's so specific to what, your struggles are. So we really need to identify where are those struggles coming from. It's a bit like, I'll give you a very simple comparison. When patients are ill, whatever the illness, they first need to acknowledge that they're ill in order to then receive the proper medication for that specific illness. So it's the same thing in business. You can be struggling because of your mindset. You can be struggling because of your strategies. You can be struggling, whatever the reason for your struggle. But we need to understand where the struggle is coming from. And, we do that with our onboarding calls. When you join Fierce, understand what is specific to you. Where is the resistance coming from? Where is all the what's creating that block? Is it something mindset related? Is it something strategy related? We need to get to the bottom of it. And once we've gotten to the bottom of it, then we can really build onto building your business and becoming fierce.
That it's so true. And if we couple the original conversation about putting ourselves out there, and then also realizing what is holding us back is the main key to all of it.
Correct.
Because we all know what we're talented at and what we're good at, but we hold ourselves back.
Correct. And it's funny that you say that, because you actually selling fierce for me, Angel. This is wonderful. No, but in all seriousness, it's actually why, what you said is exactly the reason why I structured fierce as a two-parter, like with the two pillars. The first one, before even diving into any strategy, any strategy, business strategy, before even getting into any of that, we have to identify the mindset. We have to realign your mindset, your energy, your purpose, your beliefs with who you're becoming. And that's exactly what you said. And once you have the mindset, the energy, the this, the that, and the other, then you move on to the strategy, the nitty gritty.
So I'm going to be blunt, honest with you. I will tell you mine. You promise?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay. I call it the green dot. You wouldn't know it. Nobody would ever realize it. But the green dot on the computer, because I'm not communicating with somebody face to face, like doing this is fabulous. I have so much fun doing this. This is like my wheelhouse. However, if I have to do that camera without you for somebody else, oh my God, it's crippling. It's like Superman's kryptonite, However, I know, at least I'm being honest, and everybody knows that it's not just them. Yeah. We all have something.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what it is. Now, knowing what you've learned in business so far, what advice would you go back and give your 18-year-old self?
Oh dear. Here's the cringy moment. No, I mean, so I think when I look back on who I was at 18 years old, my vision of success was very, very limited to what I had been taught by society. My vision of success was, you have a great job with a fancy pants title, you get a great pay raise, you're a manager of some sort, you're managing a team of, I don't know, 5, 6, 10, 20 people, however many people. And that was my vision of success. So I think the very first thing I would say to 18-year-old self is, 18-year-old Joella, your vision of success is so much smaller than what it could be and what it should be. And that isn't to talk down on corporate jobs, because some people are perfectly happy and that is wonderful. But I didn't find my happiness in that. And that's why it's so important for even the younger people to know that there are different options out there, and for them to keep an open mind. And I remember this one day specifically in school where we had alumni students come back to the school and talk to us about what they were doing in their companies or whatever they were up to in life. And there were a couple of entrepreneurs. And I remember thinking, Angel, like, oh my God, these people are crazy. Like, who on earth would prefer entrepreneurship to a stable job and being a manager and having a good salary? Like, these people are out of their minds. And that's just because I had such a closed vision of what success should look like. So that is definitely the very first thing I would say to myself is, Joella, you need to expand your vision in your definition of success. Success is whatever you make it to be.
That is so true. I remember, I always tell people, go back to your 5-year-old self. What do you remember saying? I wanted to be a teacher, but not those kind of teachers. I wanted to be a different kind of teacher that nobody else would ever think about.
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't know what I was dreaming up, but obviously now I do,
That dream materialized itself.
Yeah. I mean, because, I have a deep down belief that the best salespeople in the world are the best teachers.
Correct.
Because
it's all about,
teachers don't realize that's what they do. They sell every single day an idea, a concept, a history, whatever. Yeah. All right. What is one key strategy that has helped you scale your business that maybe somebody's like going, don't do that? Goodies. I like it.
These are the juicy questions. Yeah. So, I mean, I think this isn't so much a strategy as it is a skill, But for me, it's discernment.
Mm.
Discernment on being able to know what is for you and what isn't for you. And to illustrate this, I'm directly going to speak about the mistakes that I made for so long, whether it was in affiliate marketing, in faceless marketing. I was trying to be something that I was not. I was trying to be someone that I was not, because I was so admirative of, all the icons out there that people who'd already built their brands, like the big names, Jenna Kushner, etc. I was thinking, okay, I need to speak like her. I need to post what she posts. I need to write like she writes. I need to have the same brand voice as she does. And at the end of the day, that just it's not who I am. And so using discernment is where you are able to filter out everything that isn't you, that tarnishes your voice, that dilutes your voice. And so many entrepreneurs actually go into business with the mentality of, I need to sound like her. I need to write what she does. I need to make bold moves because that's what she posts. Or I need to post an Instagram hack because that's what she posts. And when you go in with that mindset, you leave so much money on the table. You're literally leaving thousands on the table because you're not being authentically you. You're not being authentic to your voice, and you're not even being authentic to your own genius and your own talent. So for sure, discernment.
Yep. I love both of those words, discernment and authenticity, because those are so true, both of them. All right. And I think that relates to our next question as well. So how do you stay innovative and ensure your business remains relevant and competitive?
Yeah. I mean, that is also a delicious question also. I think the biggie for me is, and this comes directly from it comes directly after discernment, is clarity. Once I know what isn't for me, once I know what isn't my voice, what isn't me, I focus on having clarity for me. So, Angel, when I wake up in the morning, or when I would wake up in the morning in the past, I would go onto my Instagram and scroll what everybody else and their mothers had posted on the internet. I used to scroll and, okay, she's done this today, let me save her post. She's done this today, let me save her post. And that, unfortunately, is not clarity, because you're not speaking from you. So when I say clarity, I mean having clarity on who I am, what is my talent, what is my genius, what do I bring to the table, and I stick with it. Because once I have clarity on me, I then have clarity on my dream client. I know exactly who my client is. I know exactly what she needs. I know exactly where she's at. I know exactly where she wants to go and what's blocking her. And the direct consequence of that is, because I have clarity on me and of my dream clients, I know exactly that my offer is going to help them. So clarity is the most important thing to stay relevant. And it's not so much about staying relevant to the industry, it's staying relevant to your clients, it's staying relevant to your dream clients. Because it doesn't matter what Sally Sue is doing. Nobody cares. I mean, it's none of your business, and it shouldn't be any of your business. What matters is you.
And the clients that you have are not going to relate to Sally Sue.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. So, okay. So can you share any future plans or goals that you have in your business that we should keep an eye out for?
Oh dear. So here's where you'll call me delusional, but I'm okay with that.
I don't think anything's delusional. First off, I don't think anything's delusional.
No, I mean, for sure. I mean, we all have plans, we all have milestones. But I mean, the most immediate milestone for me is I'm building towards consistent multi 5-figure months. And here is where, and I remember when I first started, you can look at my Instagram page, right? You'll see, so in the long term, in the long run, the goal is obviously to bring my business to 1 million. And I remember when I very first started my Instagram page, my very first post was me saying, I'm going to take my business to 1 million. And Angel, I know I have no business claiming that out loud, but that's how delusional and how fierce I feel. Because honestly, I haven't even crossed the six-figure milestone. I haven't even crossed the multi-five-figure milestone, but I don't care, because I know that that is a long-term goal that I am working towards, and I am completely detached from the reality of it happening. But those are the type of goals that I aim for. So that's your answer. You know, multi big people, the multi big figures. That's just in terms of financial goals. But I mean, I think in terms more of human relationships, it's really just having women who discover how powerful they are. I think that's really the most important thing. It's this, for them to discover how much power they hold in themselves when they just let themselves be fierce.
And I love the fact that your business name is Fierce, because that is just so true. All right. If you had Miss Fierce, I'm going to call you Miss Fierce, Joella. If you had one superpower for one day, just 24 hours, what would it be?
Okay, so here my question, I'll bounce the question back to you. Is it a business? Does it have to be a business related power or non-business related power?
Anything you want.
Okay. Okay, so I'll give you two. If it were non-business related, I would say food. Eat any type of food without gaining a pound. I'm a foodie. I love food. I'm a foodie. And so that would be my non-business.
I would have to add something to that. Lose weight while you're eating.
Smart thinking. Yeah, that's actually very smart. I didn't actually think of that. But yeah, that's the non-business related one. But in more seriousness, I think if I had a business superpower for 24 hours, it would be to have the ability to time travel, just so that I could point out to my clients exactly all the missed out opportunities that they had in their lives, and take them back. Okay, look, you remember in, I don't know, December 15th, 2012, you had this opportunity and you missed out on it because you were scared X, Y, and Z. Well, here's what would have happened if X, Y, and Z, because I would have the ability to go back in time and go to the future timeline where they had indeed taken that opportunity. So just to show them how all the what ifs and what would have happened, and I should have done this or I should have done that, how much it all compounds. And when you miss out on opportunities, you literally miss out on treating yourself and becoming fierce. So that would be my business superpower.
All right. I love time travel. My husband and I actually, when we first met, how you go, oh yeah, what's your favorite movie or anything? We both actually had the same favorite movie. It's Somewhere in Time. Yeah. And I just saw a recent one, which was way cool. I'm like, oh, I want that. So this girl, I'm going to tell you the story just because it's so cool. And I cannot remember the name of it, but somebody's going to remember the name of it and put it in the comments or something. It was, a girl went to a mansion in the UK, and the mansion, she was a accountant banker, and the whole thing was in foreclosure, had to sell the whole hundreds of land, 100 acres of land, big, huge home, on and on and on. There was still a caretaker there. She went down in the basement in the evening, and there was this man in the mirror. And they found that was only during new moons or full moons that it actually transpired that he was there. So he gave her a cookie, and it had nuts in it. And the nuts, she was allergic. So he came through and gave her EpiPen. Yeah, and he couldn't go back because it closed off. He had to wait for the new moon. But when he did, he realized that, okay, he was losing this family home, and on and on and on. So he went back through the mirror, actually put $1,000, whatever, in the bank that was still there, with note of when to go back to see her in the future. And so, yeah, he came back through once he knew everything was happening, and she acquired $240 million.
Not bad, huh?
The property, I thought was like so cool. I'm like, yeah, I could go for Prince Charming coming through and you say.
So now you know that you need to put a mirror in your basement, Angel.
Yeah. So anyway, long story, but it's a cute little movie. Anybody who wants to see it, I'll try to remember the name and post it. But oh my God, just a so cute movie. I love it. So that's the time travel thing that I love. All right. What's one fact about you that nobody knows about?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's true that this I don't really speak about in my content, but I'm actually an engineer. I come from, yeah, I know that's usually the face that I get. I'm actually an engineer. I come from a full-on, like, hardcore scientific background. Designing bridges or windmills or energy optimization, green renewable energies, yada yada yada. And usually when I tell people that, I mean, your reaction is exactly the reaction that I get. You know, the eyes, the ogling eyes, like, huh?
Oh my word. You know what? I love, though, the fact that you probably went into that because of people encouraging, because you were smart and witty and could handle things and you understood numbers, everything you need to be an entrepreneur.
Correct. And thank you so much. I mean, I like seeing it as, I mean, I think it's also about problem solving. Like, I like problem solving. And okay, you could think of designing a bridge and, calculating structural workloads as solving a problem, which it is, in the same way as helping women, tap into their fierce identity, tap into their fierce mindset and build a fierce business and, launch the strategies they need in order to reach their next milestone. So I guess you could create a parallel with problem solving between engineering and entrepreneurship, really.
Yeah, that's true. That is so true, because you have to problem solve on a continual basis every single day and reinvent yourself.
Correct.
All right, books that you love. What is a book you love? It can be anything. It can be fictional, it can be business, it can be anything.
Toughie. This one's a tough cookie, yeah. Okay, so I do have to say I'm a sucker for romance. So when it comes to fictional books, I'm a sucker for Bridgerton. I'm a sucker for the Bridgerton series books. I'm a sucker for them. I mean, it's just very light and full of romance. So I'm a sucker for those books. But on the more business related side of things, I definitely think the book that really marked me the most was Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert, I think it's Kiyosaki. I'm never quite sure of the name, but I think it's Robert Kiyosaki. And in this book teaches you all about financial literacy. And it really changed my perspective on money investments and how you have to invest in yourself, how you have to see investing in yourself as, you're investing in your greatest asset, which is your brain. And if hard work was what created riches, then farmers, people in the agricultural sector, nurses, they'd all be the millionaires. But the truth of the matter is they aren't. And so wealth comes from having skills to manage money, to create money, to create more, to invest money, to create more money. So I definitely think that that's got to be the book that really, set off all the light bulbs, like, oh my God, moments in my brain, for sure.
I love your oh my God moments. All right. A song that gets you moving. You can give me a few or one or two. It doesn't matter.
Okay, so I'm full of sass, so I like Me Too by Meghan Trainor.
You do. I love that song.
Amazing. Because the way I see it, Angel, right, is you have to be so obsessed with who you're becoming that if you were somebody else, you would crave to be me. That's how I see it. And that's exactly what the song is about, right? It's, I'm celebrating myself and I'm celebrating my genius and I'm celebrating who I am. And to the extent that, everyone wants to be me. Everyone wants a piece of me. And that's exactly how, that's like, I don't know, this song just really gets me really hyped up. It's my go-to song when I'm feeling down or whenever I know I need to do something really important. I just put that on and then start dancing around and then I feel energized.
That is so me. I love that song because, I just like, All right. You have a favorite quote?
Actually, I do. So there is, so she remembers, let me find it up just so I don't mess up the words exactly. It's, hold on. She remembered who she was and the Game Changed by Lala Delia. And she's actually a spiritual writer, wellness educator. And she wrote a book called Vibrate Higher Daily. So it's more in the manifestation, on the manifestation side of things. But what really just strikes me in this quote is, you know, when you embrace your identity, that's when the game changes, because you're no longer playing by the rules. You're just rewriting the rules. You're playing in your own league. And, you know, that's the most important thing that I wish for all my clients and that I see in them, is that they think they come in, they stop playing by the rules, they write their own rules, and then boom, they skyrocket.
Individuality. That's what you all have. I love that.
Exactly.
All right. What is the best way for our audience to connect with you?
Simple. Instagram. My Instagram handle is at Joella Priam. So Joella. Priam is Priam. That's my Instagram.
And Instagram's the easiest way to get to you. I love that one.
Instagram's the easiest way to get to me, yes.
Is there anything else you'd like to talk to our audience about that maybe we didn't talk about today?
I mean, there is something that comes to mind, which is, I think, something that a lot of entrepreneurs struggle with. And I think, I mean, you also indirectly mentioned it. You said, oh, a lot of entrepreneurs, you know, who've been in business for a while and who are struggling. I think it's also about reframing how you see struggles, how you see failure. It's about, you know, resetting that mind whenever something, I don't know, I'll give you a simple example. Like, for example, you posted a reel and it flopped. The way I used to see it was, it flopped. Okay. Well, I only have X followers. I'm like, yeah, what about it? Okay, next. I just brush it off. Like, okay, watch me. I only had X views. Watch me. And it's really just about turning the situation around. A client didn't sign. That's fine. It means that that client wasn't meant for you. That client wasn't aligned with you. And there's going to be 10 other clients who will come, and 10 other dream aligned clients. It's really just about reframing how you see failure, because failure isn't failure. It's lessons in disguise where you're learning resilience and you're just learning how to lead fiercely in those type of difficult moments, because you can't avoid them. You know, we always have challenges thrown at us. What will differentiate a successful, fierce person to an unsuccessful person is simply how you react to the curveballs that are thrown at you.
I love that.
That's what I'd say.
I love that. Joella, I want to thank you for being on with us today. I cannot wait to see you in the magazine as well. Oh my God, you're going to be gorgeous.
Thank you. I can't wait. I simply cannot wait.
Thank you for being with us today. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Female Entrepreneurs Magazine. I hope you found inspiration, actionable tips, and a sense of connection with our incredible community of driven women. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, leave a review, and share the episode with fellow entrepreneurs who are ready to elevate their game. Remember, your success is just the beginning, and we're here to support you in every step of the way. Until next time, keep shining, keep thriving, and remember, you have the power to create the business and life of your dreams. Stay inspired, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.